Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like the channel and become part of this journey with us. One big happy family. Thank you so much to every single one of you that have been supporting the channel from the start until now. And of course, very appreciated the newcomers that will be part of it also. I'd like to mention that my threads are 100% cotton thread. They are from Portugal. I am in Europe. And there are 4 plies, similar thickness to Aunt Lydia number 3. My colors go by number and not by name. Okay. And for the most part, I use 2.75 hook, a small one, millimeter. Small one to tuck in loose ends, of course, and a pair of scissors. I also like to mention I do have a crochet private group. If you're interested to join the beautiful queens there, you're more than welcome as long as you have a profile pic. And I have a crochet page on Facebook and also Instagram and TikTok. All of these links will be below in the description box. All you have to do is click on them. Of course, if you have not subscribed, click on that subscription. It's free, you know that, and hit the bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. It's the only way we can continue to create these beautiful pieces for you guys. By keep growing the channel, of course, by YouTube recognizing the channel and circulating it. And I am so grateful and appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody. For a lot of yous that question on my threads, I do ship them out. They're $12 a ball. They're 100 grams equivalent. 300 to 325 yards, okay? And minimum order by 6. It's the only way I can cover the shipping. I make nothing out of it, so I know you will be asking because I get a lot of questions on them. So here you go. Okay, so let's get started. Please don't forget to share the video or the channel in your Facebook public or your groups, your Facebook crochet groups, through your WhatsApp, your Instagram. It's the only way to keep going and circulating it. Okay, thank you. I send you much blessings. Okay, everyone. So I have just launched this beautiful placemat doily, or for any purpose. Christmas time. This was a special request for Christmas. Something more on the high end if you wanted to make it look your table luxurious, of course. So I had mentioned on the video that I will be creating the runner for this set. So it's perfect to use it for yourself, for the people that are selling it. You can sell it as sets and also as Christmas gifts. And of course, by changing colors, you can make it to whatever season of the year. So we're going to get started on that. I'll be using exactly the same colors, the white, the green, and the red, and the gold. So my colors, they go by number for a lot of you that know. Example, this red, number 29. The green is number 28. This has no numbers, just a nylon, thin, almost like a little bit thicker than Aunt Lydia number 10. And the white, of course. Okay, we'll be using a 2.75 hook. And of course, you'll need a pair of scissors and a small one to tuck in loose ends. So we're going to get started on this runner, and I'll explain to you as I go on the tutorial if you want to go bigger, shorter, how many chain stitch you will need to increase or decrease for the length that you would like. Okay, so let's get started, everyone. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's also very important in order for us to continue to grow. And sharing is caring, so you can share it on your groups, on your Messenger, your WhatsApp, your whatever social medias you have, and make sure you put it public so it can go through and circulate. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's get started. Okay, everyone, so I'm going to do the slip stitch knot which you know this doesn't count for anything, and I'm going to do 138 chain stitch. Now, always look ahead of the video because sometimes alterations can be made instead of you know, creating, have to take it down like sometimes I do because I create as I go. So it's always best to look ahead. Also, turn your closed caption on, your CC right up top, and in the description box below, there's a 2-minute video. It shows you how to zoom in for the video, pause, take notes. I don't write patterns as I don't read them. Okay, so I'm going to do 138 chain stitch, not counting the slip stitch. Now, if I feel that I need to go a little bit bigger, to go bigger, we have to keep increasing by 8. If you want to go smaller, then you decrease by 8. Okay, 8 chain. Increase 8 chain gets you bigger, longer, right? And this will be oval. So I'll meet you at the end of my 138 chain stitch and see how I'm doing there on the length. Okay, everyone. So I had done 138 chain stitch and wanted to go bigger. So I added more chain stitch. So I did 170, let me recount. Okay, so 186 chain stitch. Now, remembering, like I said, if you want to go smaller, then you just decrease by 8. Okay, I want this runner, since it's Christmas one, to be long enough and you know, outstands on the table. So I've done 186 chain stitch. Okay, now we're going, let me just pull this up a bit. We're going to go 1 2 3 on my 4th one, not counting the one that's on the hook. Okay, so 1 2 3 on my 4th one, and I'm grabbing those 2 loops right in the center. I don't want to grab just the top loop, or it's going to bend like a U shape. A lot of yous have a problem with that. There's those 2 loops here right on the center. That means that leaves 1 loop on the bottom, so we can have a nice straight line. Okay, so I'll come back to you once I have completed my double crochets, and I'll let you know how many double crochets we have done. And once I will count mine, I will not include the first one we did. This is going to be a loop here. Okay, so I'm not going to include the count with that. I'm going to discard that and then continue counting from here until the end. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've done 182 double crochet. Remember what I told you, we don't count. I didn't count that first one here that we went into the 4th, remember? So I'm not counting this. This is going to be my little loop. So I have 182 double crochet. 1 2 3 chain. I'm coming on that very first one we did, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. Okay, now I'm going to come back onto that same one with single and 2 chains. So I have my first double crochet out of this row. So we're going to be doing 1 per stitch, 1 double crochet again per stitch. And I'm grabbing that chain that we did. So if your hook is a little bit thicker, you don't want to poke big holes, you go with a smaller hook and come in on each double crochet, grabbing that chain stitch we did, and my hook is a little bit smaller, but I'm stretching. I'm not tightening, I'm stretching enough to give me the same height as the double crochets. Now we want to make sure we don't do two on the same stitch, or else our count won't be the same. Okay, so we have to be extremely careful not to do two on the same stitch like I just did. So exactly where we have that chain stitch that we started with, I'm grabbing that chain and doing one double crochet per stitch. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end once I've completed my double crochet. Okay everyone, so I've done all my double crochets. Supposed to have 182 also on this side, but in case you don't worry about it. We can always increase when we get around to it. So I have the last double crochet here, which is those 3 chains. Remember I said we're not counting the first one. I'm coming directly inside and doing 12 double crochets. This is my increase on this row to create the oval. Okay, so I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 double crochets on that last double crochet that I had mentioned I was not counting. And then we continue 1 double crochet per stitch all the way until the other end. Now it's much easier to see the double crochets and work on it than that first row with the chains. So obviously when we get here, we're going to do the same thing, create 12 double crochets and then hook with a slip stitch on my second chain. I've done single and 2 chains. That's how I started the row. And I will repeat the 12 double crochets on the other side also, but I'll meet you there. Okay? Okay, everyone. So I finished my row, did until the last one. We have that 3 chain at the corner, going in and doing 12 double crochets. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I have my single, my 2 chain. I'm going to hook it on the second chain, which is the last one. Coming back in, single, and 1 chain. I've stretched enough to give me the length of a double crochet, and then double crochet into the next one. So now we're going to be building groups of 3 double crochet. So I've started my first one single in that 1 chain and 2 more, 1 per stitch, 1 chain, space, skip a stitch, go into the next one and create again 3 double crochet, 1 per stitch, 1 chain, skip a stitch into the next one. We're going to continue to do this all the way to the end. Now when you get to the end, whatever size you're making, if you don't arrive properly, don't worry, we can fix that. In case you made a mistake somewhere, we don't need to take it down, we'll just fix it right on the spot. And for the people that are making the same size as I am, I'll let you know how many little squares of 3 not squares, how many groups of 3 double crochet I have. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I finished doing my groups. So far I have 45 groups and did 1 chain. If I skip one here, I'll have 2 double crochet left, which is no problem. I'm going to do, so I've skipped one double crochet, and on this one here, I'm going to create 2 double crochets. That means we'd be missing 1 double crochet, which I'm not going to worry about that. 1 chain. Coming into that first double crochet on the oval, we're going to do an increase of 2 double crochet, next stitch 1 double crochet, next stitch double crochet, and next one double crochet. So now we're doing 5 double crochet groups on the oval, 1 chain. We are not skipping any. So the next one, 2 on the same stitch, and then 3 more, 1 per stitch. So we can have the total of the 5 double crochets. So 2 on the first one, 1, 2, and 3. We have the 5 again, 1 chain. Coming on that first double crochet with 2, that's our increase on the oval. 2, and then 3 more, 1 per stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now we have the 5. That means we have 3 groups of 5 double crochet. And then we continue on with our groups. So 1 chain. I want the groups to be aligned. So I'm going to do 1, 2 double crochet, and on the next one, 1 double crochet, because I want to make sure that they are lined together. Skip a stitch into the next one, as you can see here. So we skip this one, and this one's right on top. Okay, so then we're doing 1 per stitch. If we need to make an adjustment at the end, we will also make an adjustment at the end. Okay, so we're to have 46 groups on this side also. Skip a stitch into the next one. One chain space. Skip a stitch into the next one. This way we are sure that we are lined up with the bottom groups, as you can see here. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've done my 46 on this side. As you can see, it arrives properly on it because we did the adjustment there. 1 chain, coming on that first double crochet from the oval of those 12 we did, doing 2. And then again 1 per stitch 3 times. So we'll have a total of 5 double crochet groups. One chain into the next one, 2 double crochet, exactly what we did on the other side. So you know, whatever we do on one side or one edge, one corner, we have to do in the next one. So we have 1 more to do. So that will be a total of 3 groups of 5. 1 chain, and again 2 double crochet, and 1 per stitch. 1, 2, and my last one, 3. So now we have the 3 groups of 5. I did my single, my 1 chain, which I've stretched enough. Okay, everyone, so I'm going to come back in that same stitch, stretching my thread a bit, getting that same height as a double crochet, or you can do your 3 chains up however you start your double crochet. So basically we're repeating the double crochets over double crochets on the groups. So we have 3, we do 3, 1 chain space, and again. So it's just a repeat all the way to the end. And so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone. So finished doing my last group, my 46th group, 1 chain, coming in that first double crochet of the 5, doing my increase on the first one, and then 1 per stitch. We're going to continue to do this until we have 11 double crochets on these 5 groups. That means we're always going to do an increase on the first double crochet on each row that we go up. Everything else stays the same. And we have 2, 4, 6. Next row we'll have 7, next row 8, next row 9, 10, 11. I'll come back to you once I've completed my 11 double crochets on the oval part. So increase, 2 double crochet in the same stitch, and 1 chain space in between them. There's no point of keep recording the same thing. It's just to repeat what we're going to do on each double crochet. So we have 2, 4, 6, 1 chain into the next one, and repeat again, 2 double crochet on the first double crochet, and then 1 per stitch. Okay, so we have 6. That means we need to do another 5 rows. To have the total of 11 on here on the oval, and then continue 1 chain and create your 3 double crochet groups. Everything else stays the same, so we have to do on both ends of the oval, and I'll meet you at the end once I have completed on the oval 11 double crochets, always increasing on each row, 2 on the first one. Okay, everyone, so I've done my 11 double crochets row. So we're going to count not the middle one here, but right after, where we did the oval, the 12 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. Okay, now on this one here, we're not going to do a 1 chain. We're going to do a single, okay, because we need to come back in here and a single. Then we're coming directly inside of the next one and doing 9 double crochets. If you hear noise, I have construction going around the house, so I apologize for that. I have no choice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 double crochets into the next 1 chain space with a single, and again 9 double crochets. We're going to continue to do that all the way until almost the curve. So I'll meet you at the end of the row. 9 double crochets, single. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row here. Okay, everyone, so I've done 23 shells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23 shells. So I finish with a single on my last space. Now I'm going to skip 1, 2. On my third one, I'm going to do again the 9 double crochets. 9 double crochets for the shell. So I've done my 9 double crochets. Again, I'm going to skip 1, 2 on my third one, single, 1, 2 on my third one, 9 double crochets again. Done my 9 double crochets. We have 2 going into that one chain space with single, and then again skip 2 into the third one, 9 double crochets. So basically we're just repeating what we just did. And of course when you get to the edge here, you should end up on the last one with a single, yes, with a single, and then your shell, exactly how we have it here. Single and then shell, single and then shell. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the end. I'm going to close it up where we started with that single with slip stitch. I'm going to cut my thread and I'm going to come in with the gold. Okay, so I'm just going to pull my thread here to the back. Give it a knot already so nothing comes apart, and then tuck in between the stitches back here. Time to time I show how to hide your loose ends, because there's always new beginners joining the channel, and I'm sure they want to know how it's done. For a lot of you already know, since you've been following me for quite some time now. And you can give a few knots here and there, but this is not going to go anywhere. Okay, so, and you give it a nice little stretch. Once you block it, of course, everything also falls into place, you know, properly. Okay, in with the gold now. I'm going to do a slip stitch knot, but I leave a little bit of string so I can tie up the loose ends. Okay, now I'm going to come in that first double crochet and slip stitch. So we're going to do slip stitch on each one of them. Very simple, just slip stitch your way through. Like that. Okay, coming in the center where we did the single, I'm just going to do a single right over and then slip stitch all the way around. The next row we'll be working on these 2 loops back here. Okay, we'll be creating a V, grabbing the first loop and then grabbing the second loop to complete the V. So I'm showing you now so you can understand once we get to it. Okay, so very simple, just slip stitch all the way around. There's no increases, there's nothing to it. This is what makes the beautiful design, gives it that luxurious look. And single. Now you don't want your single to be too loose either, because when you use these back loops on the gold, we don't want them too wide. Okay, so we're not going to extreme tight it, but we're not going to leave it too loose either. So you have to make sure that your tension is even. And that's all there is to it, just all the way around the same way. I'll meet you at the end of my row so we can tie it together. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the end. I'm going to come in where that single is, do a single, pull my thread, and bring it to the back. That cut a little bit longer so we can make a few knots. This is a nylon, so it's very easy for it to slip through. So I'm just going to make a knot here. And then just making 2-3 knots back here, nice and tight. Whatever thread you're using, doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use the nylon. If you have gold thread, even more perfect for you. They don't have this size here on the 4 plies, so I'm just going to pull in through some of the loops back here and give it a few more knots to make sure that it doesn't come apart. And if you have hot gun glue, you can dip a little nothing just to make sure that it stays well intact there. And you would do the same thing with any other thread. It's much easier to make knots with the other thread and have it secure. Okay, so pretty much done with that. Now I'm going to come in with the green. Okay, everyone. So I've done my slip stitch knot. You can start pretty much anywhere. I'm just going to start here where we start the row. So you'd come behind on that first chain on the gold one, single, and 1 chain. This is my first double crochet, and I'm going to create 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 chain, coming into the next one on that loop, back loop of the gold, and doing double crochet. So I have my first V, 3 chain, coming into the next, again on that gold loop, double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain, and in that second loop and double crochet. So we're going to repeat this all the way around the same way. 1, 2, 3 chain into that first loop, and all of the shells will be created this way. We're only increasing on the chains here and here. 2, 3 chain as we go on the row, of course, and also on the shells. 1, 2, 3 chain, coming in that first loop, double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 5 chain, not 3 chain. I don't know what I was thinking. 3, 4, 5 chain. Guess I'm trying to get it ahead of my head, right? Okay, so 5 chain and 3 chain over the shell. 1, 2, 3. Now, if your tension is too tight and you see it's pulling, you can do an extra chain, basically to any pattern that you are creating, or use a bigger hook also. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this all the way to the end. I will see on the oval if I have to do an extra chain, because we don't want it to be pulling. So I'll meet you at the end and see how that goes. Okay, everyone, so I've done my last 3 chains. I've done a single and 1 chain for that double crochet. So I'm going to come in, close it in with slip stitch, And then I'm going to come inside of my V with single and 2 chain. I'm going to complete 9 double crochets. That's included with my single and my 2 chain. 9 double crochets total. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So here I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th one, back loop only, slip stitch, and then come directly inside of the V again and do 9 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. On my 5th one, back loop only, slip stitch. Come directly into the next V. We're going to repeat this all the way around the same way. Maybe I didn't mention with the gold, everything stayed the same all the way around. There was no increase on anything, okay? So 3, 4, until 9, and then come back on your 5th using back loop and slip stitch. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so finish the green, leaving a little bit of string to tie in at the end. Coming in with my gold, you can start pretty much anywhere. So you have to grab both loops this time on the single, where we did the single here with the green. Make sure you go in completely and do a single. And then slip stitch exactly how we did the bottom one here. So that's all you have to do, and then I'll come back to you so we can create the V's again with the red. So slip stitch, coming into that single, grab both loops and single right over it. Okay, and then 1 per stitch. Slip stitch, slip stitch, slip stitch, and so on. Okay, so I'll come back to you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so finished all the gold, and now we're going to do the V's again. So coming in that first loop on the gold, creating that single and 1 chain. So that's the size of my double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain again. Coming in to the next loop and closing in with double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 chain. Again, coming in that first loop, double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain into that second loop and double crochet, and 4 chain in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want it to be pulling. For that, we're giving the extra chain. Now, for some of you who have a tight tension, you can do extra one as long as it's not flopping too much, because we don't want it to be flopping either. It has, you know, when we're going to do the next row with 11 double crochets inside of the V, it has to fit in properly. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so finished closing in on my chain. I had started with a single 1 chain for double crochet, goes in with slip stitch, coming in, single, 2 chain. Now we're going to complete total of 11 double crochets. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just forward this a bit, 10, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On my 5th, using back loop, slip stitch, coming back in the next V and repeating the 11 double crochets. Okay, then I'm going to do the gold around it. You already should know how to do it. Slip stitch and a single covering both loops. And then I'll come back to you after that to create again the V's with the green. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on my 5th, slip stitch. I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so I've done the red, I've done the gold, coming in with the green again. Doesn't matter where you start. Now I ran out of that 4-ply thread, so I had to add 2 on here, a thinner thread, to make at least almost the same thickness. So I'm going to use or do the single and 1 chain. So that's my double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain this time. And I'm coming in that second loop and doing my second double crochet. So on this row we're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4 chain. I'm going to see if it's enough. I don't want it to be pulling. If it is, then I'll keep it at that. If not, I'll do a 5 chain instead of 4. So just going to check once I've done my V. So we're just repeating the V. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain, coming into that back gold loop, the second one. Okay, I think I'm good with the 4 chain. So we're just going to repeat that all the way around. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And create your V's. Double crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain. So I think I'm okay with 4 chain, but if you have to do a 5 chain, go ahead. We don't want it to be pulling. We want it for it to lie pretty much straight on here. Yeah, should be good. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay everyone, so pretty much finished doing all my V's. Close in with slip stitch, coming in that V, single, 2 chain, my first double crochet. I'm going to continue to do my double crochets. I'm going to have a total of 12 double crochets. Okay, so 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I wanted to make sure that I've tucked in the threads when I started. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On my 6th, I'm grabbing back loop only, slip stitch, coming back in again. So it's the same thing as we've been doing. Only difference is we're increasing on the double crochets, and we also increased on the chains. Okay, so 12 double crochets again, and then I'll be doing the gold, and then I'll come back to you with the last row of these motifs with the red. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end once I've completed the gold all the way around. You know already how to do the gold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my 6th back loops only, slip stitch, and then again into the V with 12 double crochets. Okay, so it seems to be pulling a bit here at the edge, but it doesn't matter because once we block it and we stretch it, it will all come to place. All right. Okay, everyone, so completed the gold. I'm gonna go in with the last motif with the red, and then we'll do the edging with the gold. Okay, so again, you can start anywhere, coming in that first loop as usual as we've been creating them, single, and I'm doing 1 chain. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain this time, and double crochet. So I have my first V, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain, coming in, doing my double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain, creating that V, going in that second loop of the gold, and doing the double crochet. Okay, so we're going to repeat that all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. Now if your tension is loose, you can continue with the 4 chain. Just make sure it's not pulling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and double crochet. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I finished doing all my loops, closed in with slip stitch, coming in, doing my single, 2 chain, and going to do again 12 double crochets. Okay, so it's just a repeat. That I'm going to do the gold, then I'll come back to you once I'm done the gold around it, then I come back to you so we can finalize with the edging with the gold. Okay, so 12 double crochets, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on my 7th slip stitch, and then continue again with your 12 double crochets directly into that V. So I'll meet you once I'm done with the slip stitch with the gold. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've done my last slip stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch right in that single we did, and I'm going to slip stitch to the 3rd double crochet. So we're now working on the first 2, these 2 here, And I'm going to do one chain and coming back in that third one with a single. Next one, single, single, and single. So I have 4 singles. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 chain, coming in, doing the picot with slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain into that same stitch we've closed and slip stitch again, 1, 2, 3, 4 chain, and again on the same stitch where we've closed all of them with slip stitch again. And then into the next one we're going to do the single, 2 single, next stitch, 3 single, and the next stitch 4 single. So we're not working the first 2 nor the last 2. 1, 2, 3 chain. Skip the first 2, going to the third, and do your 4 singles again. And then again, single, single, and my 4th single. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain, coming in that single and closing a picot with slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain into that same single and slip stitch. 4 chain. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and slip stitch on that same chain, and then doing 4 singles, 1 per stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're not working the last 2. 1, 2, 3 chain, and repeat again to the third, double crochet with single, 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 and 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, and 4, closing it in with slip stitch, picot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain into that same one, slip stitch, picot. 1, 2, 3, and 4 chain, and to that same stitch, slip stitch, and then your 4 singles again, not working the last 2. So grabbing all the loops, the 2 loops. Now if you find that you need to do a 4 chain instead of 3, go ahead. I'm done with this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this beautiful runner for Christmas. It makes the perfect set, and I'm gonna block it, and once I've blocked it, which I use laundry softener with a bit of water mix, I spray it and I light steam iron over it. It becomes nice and straight and a little bit stiff. Once I have completed that, then I'll put it on my dining room table so you guys can see how stunning it looks. Thank you so much to every single one of you. I send you much love, much hugs. God bless you, and thank you for the newcomers by being here and subscribing and giving it thumbs up on the video, and also sharing. Sharing is caring. Leela, I hope you enjoyed this runner. I know you're looking forward to it for the set of the placemats. I'm sure you'll enjoy it quite a bit. Thank you so much, everybody. Until next time, bye-bye.